World Events Insurance, worldeventsga.com, Joaquin Black Biz. Down here at downtown, man, with my boy Matt Amen, the co-owner of Huddle by Launchpad. Man, it's a great program. I'm actually a member here. I utilize the services, great location. So I wanted to come down and talk to Matt about, man, what he's doing for the community, you know, how his operation works. It's the whole nine, man. So Matt, tell us about you, a little bit about yourself.
Well, thanks for having me, man.
Right.
Thanks for being part of the space. Yeah, this is Huddle by Launchpad. This is a co-working space. We've been in the area for about, going on 6 years now. And we've kind of been a beacon of hope for folks who are looking to take that next step in their entrepreneurial journey. A lot of people are like, it's their selves that are kind of getting in their own way, you know. So we kind of like help folks believe in themselves to kind of take that leap of faith and take that first step towards making their dreams come true. So. But yeah, we're in the heart of downtown Stockton. We are in the building with about 100 years old.
Oh, wow.
We pre-COVID, we've had about maybe 200 members in this space, but because of when COVID hit, we lost a few members, especially those who were just living like month to month, you know, and hustling and stuff. And the organizations that kind of kept us afloat were the nonprofits, you know, because they wrote us into their budget for the entire year. So they've been kind of our saving grace. So thank you to all you nonprofits out there. But yeah, that's kind of just to skim over the top of what we do here. So.
Well, what I like and what's really interesting is when a person is utilizing your space and services, they're not going at it alone. You know, there's other entrepreneurs here. You guys have support services. So tell us about the space. You know, how do they utilize the space?
Well, that's one of the kind of the determining factors of why people want to choose this space, is because we emphasize this being an ecosystem that it can leverage itself. No one has to do this alone, and everyone who's been part of this space in the past or is thinking about being part of the space sees it in the people. You can walk through the halls and see people interacting with each other and client share, or just knowing who's in the building or who's ever in the space. If a problem does arise or if someone does have a question about a certain need, right off the bat, someone's like, I know exactly who can help you. They're in this building, they're on the 3rd floor. Let me text them real quick and tell them that I'm going to shoot you up there. And it's been beautiful, you know, and I think it's kind of taken, people are starting to take notice of this type of ecosystem that kind of leverages itself, because we are working with the city of Stockton now with a huge chamber project. And we are trying to get all of the individual chambers to not just act in their own silos, but to work together as a chamber entity for it to leverage itself. For example, if there's a potential resource in the Black chamber that someone in the greater chamber can benefit from, this program is bridging that gap between the two, which is not new to us, but we're learning it's a new concept for the chambers. You know, and then we're potentially hoping that all of that energy kind of comes here and into this space, and this space kind of being the epicenter of all things entrepreneurialism, and hoping that the chambers leverage this space for all the members that are within their chambers. It's a huge feat, you know, but we didn't get this far and last 6 years so far without taking large leaps of faith like we're about to take right now. So all of that coupled with, we're in the middle of an expansion as well. Like, who would have thought, like, doing an expansion in the middle of a pandemic? It's idiotic to some, but it's us grabbing life and grabbing the business by the horns and saying, all right, let's just push forward with this, you know, because people have seen this place as a beacon of hope, and we want to continue to be that place of hope. And what better way to do that is to show people that, okay, I know a lot of stuff has happened over this past year or so, but there are folks like us who are not letting it keep us in place, but utilizing this whole situation to catapult us forward and see where we land. You know, and ultimately just jumping without a net. And yeah, there's fear involved, but you got to learn how to turn that fear into courage, so that the people within the space and the people who don't know they need your services yet can feel inspired.
Cool. So speaking of that, and that was great, man. I definitely like that you guys are bringing the chambers together because I've been around in Stockton for a long time, and that's definitely much needed. But you just talked about your services. So what are some of the services that you guys provide, and maybe some price points on where they can come in, so they're not thinking, man, I gotta lay out a lot of money to be a part of this. How can they get involved?
So, visiting us at stockton.lp.co, we have a breakdown of all of our memberships and kind of some of our amenities that we offer here. Just to spitball a couple of things, we have conference rooms for people to be able to use. There's open co-working spaces all throughout the floors for people to chill and hang out, take meetings. Super fast Wi-Fi for people to dial in for their Zoom calls and such. Private offices for folks who are ready to take that next step in either their entrepreneurial journey, or they just want to separate that work life and home life to have their own private space that they can lock and have access to 24 hours a day, to keep home and work. So and then like the different types of events and the that we have here, mixers with the chambers, different launch parties here for new startups. We also have a nonprofit arm called the Launchpad Foundation, which is funded by the city through the CDBG grants, and it offers scholarships for about 10 recipients to get some entrepreneurial training, regardless of where they are in the entrepreneurial journey, for 6 months. So they'll be able to leverage the space, plus learn tricks of the trade from Ann and Chris, who are our partners with Launchpad, who have an extensive amount of expertise when it comes to startups and just looking for funding and marketing and all that jazz. So we're very fortunate to be partnering up with them. And then just being in downtown, the whole energy, the vibe, just the surrounding businesses, the fact that we have all these different parts of other Stockton that we could potentially leverage with like the Yosemite Street Village and Miracle Mile and Lincoln Center, so there's so many things that come with just being a member of Huddle My Launchpad. You just by paying that monthly fee, if it's just for a co-working membership or for a private space, or you're just renting the podcast studio an hour or so, you're not just purchasing a product. You're actually paying to be part of this huge network that we've been creating over the past like half a decade. You know? And we're not done. Like, we're really excited to see where this point in time leads us. Still continuing to stay positive, like during the pandemic, and it's been tough. It's been really tough, but just making sure we keep our eye on the prize in terms of what we want to provide for folks and how we can be a support system for folks during this time. As humans, basically.
Really. Hey, man, that's a lot. I know you just touched base on it a minute ago, but I want you to let them know how they can get a hold of you guys and how they can become part of this great space.
Yeah. So we're located in the heart of downtown Stockton, 110 North San Joaquin Street. So on the corner of Weber and San Joaquin. Huge historic building. You can't miss it. Kitty corner to the courthouse. You can visit us online at stockton.lp.co. or give us a call. We're listed. You can Google us. We're really, really easy to find. We're also on all the social media platforms, even on LinkedIn as well. So you have no excuse not to be able to find us. So.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey guys, this is Anthony Grigsby with Matt, Amen, at Huddle by Launchpad, World Events Insurance, worldeventsga.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hey, as I always say, my catchphrase, Shop Black Stockton. We'll see you next time.